was recently contacted by a company called Silviax. Silviax. Personalized jewelry. And they generously offered to send me 2 pieces of my choice so that I could share them with you guys. I am not sponsored, by the way. So I received them yesterday and I'm really happy. This one is an N and it is a 3-piece ring. Sterling silver. You see how it is 3 pieces. There's a skinny band there with little diamond-like things. Let me show it to you better. And then the main ring, which has an like, I mean, once your alarm goes off, that disturbs your, like, good sleep, you know what I mean? So, let's say you need to wake up at 6. Like, 6 is the latest you can get up. So, I might set it at, like, 5:50 and snooze one time, but I'm not gonna set it at, like, 5:30 because I feel like I'll mess up that, even if I sleep through that half hour with snoozing. It won't be, like, good, healthy sleep, so I wouldn't do that. But that's just me. this is for